Welcome to Sunshine Cathedral's Queer God Squad. It's Tuesday, August 5th, 2025. I am Bishop Darrell Watkins, the Senior Minister of the Sunshine Cathedral. With me today are Bishop Robert Griffin, Reverend Dr. Ann Atwell, and Reverend Kevin Tisdall. We are the Queer God Squad. Visit sunshinecathedral.org to learn more about us.
Queer God Squad was created by Hotspots Happening Out to support our mission to explore the value of faith in the LGBTQ community. There is no streaming TV show like this in the entire world.
In 2025, we are celebrating the 40th anniversary of Hotspots magazine, the 5th anniversary of Queer News Tonight, with nearly 10,000 stories and 10 million views in 2024. We produced the 25th anniversary of the Stonewall Pride Parade and Festival on June 14th. Pride fed Diversity Pride in August and Pride Fort Lauderdale next February.
We are the largest nonprofit LGBTQ media organization in America, and we encourage you to support our mission to inform, entertain, and educate our community and allies.
This is the Sunshine Cathedral Perspective. Queer God Squad discusses April Ashley, titled Transwoman Makes British History. April Ashley, born in Liverpool in 1935, emerged as a pioneering figure in transgender history, leaving an indelible mark as a model, author, and activist. After serving in the Merchant Navy, she found a more accepting environment in Paris, performing at Le Carrousel nightclub under the stage name Tony April. In 1960, Ashley underwent gender confirmation surgery in Casablanca, Morocco, becoming one of the first British individuals to do so. Returning to Britain as April Ashley, she quickly rose to prominence as a fashion model, even appearing in British Vogue. However, her career faced significant challenges after she was outed as a transgender woman by a newspaper in 1961. This public disclosure led to both a scandal and a landmark legal case, Corbett v. Corbett, concerning the annulment of her marriage, which set a precedent regarding the legal status of transgender individuals in the UK at the time. Her husband was part of the British aristocracy and was the heir to a titled peerage. He would become the third Baron Rowallan. From 1963 to 1980, April was styled the Honorable April Corbett. Despite hardships, April Ashley remained a steadfast advocate for transgender rights. Her life story became a powerful testament to resilience and authenticity. In recognition of her contributions to transgender equality, she was appointed a member of the Order of the British Empire, MBE, in 2012. Ashley passed away in 2021 at the age of 86, leaving behind a legacy of courage and a significant impact on the fight for LGBTQ+ rights. Hers is one of two stories featured in the documentary Enigma. I love her so much. I wish I'd known of her and knew her while she was still with us, because I've been here since 2006. We could have snagged her and would have done. Oh my God. So that was a missed opportunity, but how brave and how beautiful. And if you watch them, and please do, just gracious and graceful. I mean, she was a lady. She was a grande dame. And it is too bad that being outed. See, I want everyone to be out, but I want them to decide when and how that happens. You know what I mean? And she probably would have done. She probably would, if it had come up. She never seemed to really hide very much, but she also didn't put it on her resume. That she was so obviously a woman that she got jobs as a woman, doing modeling and whatnot. And so it was kind of mean. It was kind of evil for the sake of selling a few papers to ruin this woman's life. So horrible press. But at the same time, she didn't stop there. I mean, she married an aristocrat who knew. Who knew? And he himself was a transvestite, by the way. Like in the bedroom, not in the life. Watch the movie.
All right.
I'm not making it up, though. Watch the movie. And but when this all came out, then then it's a scandal and they get divorced. And it took a long time, or for an annulment. And because of that, there's a very harsh anti-trans law in the UK. For most of her life then. It was repealed before she died, thank God. She got to see that and was part of that. She went on talk shows and she wanted to tell her story. She wanted people to know her story. and yet the questions were always dehumanizing.
Yeah.
You know, it was about, you know, change and operations. And she's like, I was a model. I performed in a nightclub, a famous nightclub in Paris.
Yeah.
And, you know, and it was never about how brave you were to do all this or how wrong you were done. It was just like, you know, give us the gory details, like you know, like Springer or whatever. They all wanted to be a Springer show. And so, but she never was rude back. She's just amazing. She was just amazing. And I'm glad at the end she got awards and she got recognized, and she was alive for this movie. I think she died before they finished, but she was in this. Now there was a parallel story in that movie, and I'm trying to remember her name. I think I've got it written. Oh yes, Amanda Lear. There's this, and Amanda Lear had a similar story, except when she was accused of being a trans woman, she denied it, and apparently to this day denies it, even though there are pictures of her and April working together at the trans club. And there are stories of her getting into legal trouble and April paying her legal bills. And so I've never met that woman. We've got photos, we've got news clippings. I never met that woman and I don't know why. And then she says in her book, she wrote a book, April, that Amanda, that they were basically friends and they were both trans women. And she said, I don't know why she says that. She didn't seem super defensive, but she I don't know this woman. Maybe she's crazy. I don't know why she says these things. And then because she never admitted it, she actually got to use the controversy to her benefit. She was like a disco queen in the 70s in France. And so they had a very different lives. One had to pay a bigger price than the other. The other got more fame and fortune than the other. But Amanda denies being a trans woman. Whereas poor April had to do everything but take a medical exam on camera. But two different stories. And I'll just say that of the two, for me, April is the one who comes out the hero of the story.
I think that there's a side note to her getting the British Empire.
The MBE.
The MBE.
It's sort of the first step toward a knighthood.
Mm-hmm.
She was going to be, they wanted to make her a dame, but one or two people voted against it. So that's how she ended
up. Well, the government, the prime minister or whatever, wanted to, but the other dames in the order or whatever, were like, oh, hell no. So the compromise was she could be an MBE.
Right. And so I thought that was like one of those little fascinating historical moments. Like, wow, she could have been the first that we knew.
It's called Enigma. Watch it.
Yeah. Lots of good little tidbits. I'll just leave it at that. So yeah, It's worth a watch. It's worth a watch.
Well, you loved it, didn't you?
Yeah.
You said 1960. That was 65 years ago that she underwent the gender confirmation surgery. And she lived her life with dignity and resilience and courage and a word that we throw around here frequently, authenticity.
Yes.
Authenticity. This is who I am, right? And no matter what anybody says, you can't take this away from me. I mean, what a powerful expression just to live your life openly and authentically. This is who I am.
And went to another country to get it. Where she didn't speak the language. A country dominated by a very conservative religion. I mean, but that's where you could get it done.
Right.
And so she, like the risk.
Yeah.
And but
the courage.
The courage.
Just speaks to me.
Yeah.
It's just wonderful that we have these stories and that they are now coming out so that all of us can see what was done before us. I was 5 years old when she had her gender-affirming surgery. So it happened in my lifetime, but it was a lifetime ago. I mean, God bless her and thank.
And I think in the U.S. we all know Jorgensen, because she was American.
Christine Jorgensen.
Yeah.
She was American. And I think she went to Denmark for her surgery.
Yeah.
And but no, this is contemporary. This is the same time.
Yeah.
And there were multiple stories, and there are stories of actors, film actors, and models who they were the stories of like these two women, Amanda and April, but more like Amanda never getting clocked.
Yeah.
And there have been documentaries where in retirement they came out and said, well, I couldn't have said then or I wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
And but now that people are like Cox and from the Pose, the producer, Mock.
Oh,
Janet Mock.
Janet Mock.
And now that people like this are and like Ashley, now there's all these people out and now some of these older people from back then, it's like, oh wow, that's good for you. I'm glad.
Yeah.
But even in their doing it on the low was still paving a way.
It did. It
You
set
know,
the
so
groundwork.
again, you do what you can, and when everyone does what they can, eventually a lot gets done.
Indeed.
And so, God bless our trans siblings. And that's today with the Queer God Squad.
Before we go, I want to invite you to like and share this episode on your social media. And I also welcome you to find Sunshine Cathedral on Facebook or Instagram.
You can also like our bishops' pages on Facebook. My page is Bishop Robert Griffin, D-Men, and Darrell's is Bishop Darrell Watkins, D-Men. We're also on TikTok. Remember to visit sunshinecathedral.org frequently. There you will also find Bishop Talk, where Bishop Darrell and I interview queer religious leaders, activists, and scholars. We've also added a weekly lectionary discussion that you can find on the website and on the social medias.
Thank you for joining the Queer God Squad today. We are here daily at 3 p.m. to have some fun and to discuss what our LGBTQ community is talking about.
Sunshine Cathedral is the world's leading progressive queer church. Progressive, queer, and God are words that naturally should go together. Remember that we are all in this together, and also remember, you are God's miracle, not God's mistake. Until next time, we are the Queer God Squad. Bye.